I'm a star. Black African diva bizarre. Us women were shining like stars. Start from the bottom and rise from the top. You're wonderful, loving and strong. Nothing is stronger than a woman's worth. I'm the piece of the puzzle that's missing, baby. I compete in the earth. Call me Shiva, but just call me Mary Makeba. See, we run the world. Show some love to a strong girl.
morning, everyone. Good morning, everybody. Hello, hi, good morning. Yeah, welcome to another live event of Project Sokai. Good morning, Debbie Victor. It's so good to have you here this morning. Good morning. Hello, ladies. Thank you for coming early. Good morning, everybody. It's so good to see you online this morning. Let's keep coming in. Please let's sign in with our names and our location. Good morning, Mangai Hope. It's so good to see you this morning. Good morning, Hamed Aderewa Munirat. Good morning. It's so good to have you beautiful ladies here this morning. Please don't forget to sign in with your location. Good morning, good morning. You're welcome to another Facebook Live section for Project Sokai. Welcome to another maiden virtual event. So good to have you this morning. And from the smile on my face, you can tell I'm excited for today's class, and I hope everyone is wearing the same smile as well. Please, if you are wearing a smile, comment with an emoji and your location. Let me know you're following. Let me know you're excited to be in today's class as much as I am. Hello, Ojochene God's Power from Kogi State. Hello, good morning. Hello, Munirat from Kogi State. So good to have you today. It's so good to have you today. As we all know, Project Sokai is to empower and strengthen women in the society to become better versions of themselves, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And then we aim to bridge the gap with the transgenerational impacts made by our mothers and this current generation. As was treated in the last live section, our speaker said, and I quote because I also write, so I hope you're here with your pen and your paper, your book, sorry. I hope you're live this morning with your book and your pen to take notes that will help you throughout this journey of transformation and growth. So please be live with your book and your pen, your writing materials. That's the first step towards growth. You need to take notes. So as our last speaker said, if you are conscious about becoming a better woman daily, you will achieve it. You will achieve it, and Project Sokai is here to help you achieve your daily goals into becoming a better woman. So you have to be deliberate. If you know you enjoyed the last Facebook Live, please, I'd like to see your comments. I'd like to know that there are people here. I've heard from Hope. I've heard from Munirat. Thank you all for coming this morning. Thank you, Mangai Hope. Please, let's settle down. I welcome you all to the virtual event once again. My name is Joy John, and I am the event coordinator for Project Sokai. It's so good to be in your midst this morning. Please do well to settle down, get your writing materials. Here in Project Sokai, we're intentional about growth and transformation. So once a live section. Today's theme is why am I here? Why am I here? This is a very key and significant question as every human and as a lady, why are you here? What's the purpose? Just for procreation? Or is there more to you? And if there's more, what's the more? How do you discover the more? How do you know the more? What are the signs that you see that gives you this light to know, okay, this is who I am, this is who I'm supposed to be, this is the path I'm about to take, or I should take. Just like we said in the last virtual class about mentorship. So how do you identify your purpose? How do you identify with the reason you are on earth, or you're in your current geographical location? So today the highlights is how to discover your purpose, how to stay consistent on the path of your purpose, how to stay consistent. Good morning, Messi Ojo. Please let's make sure we are with our writing materials because we'll be welcoming our guest speaker for this morning. So it's not just knowing why you are here. Today we'll discuss why you are here, but then we'll also discuss how to stay consistent, how to be consistent, how to keep pushing. It's not enough that oh, I'm supposed to be this or I'm supposed to be that. But then how do you keep at it consistently until you reach your peak? That's what our guest speaker will be addressing this morning. So please join me as I welcome the guest speaker for this morning on today's Maiden edition. Please let's welcome Mr. Funsho Olokesusi. He is the president of Compass Ministries International, a media expert and creation consultant with a burning passion for personal development and productivity. He organizes seasonal events centered around training and equipping people towards productivity in whatever endeavor they find themselves. He is also the founder of the top-notch Business Institute and a partner of the Relief Hub, which is a creative conglomerate. He's an exemplary leader, a visionary, and a renowned speaker. Please, ladies, let's join me as we welcome our speaker for today's edition, Why Am I Here? Mr. Funsho. Let's welcome Mr. Funsho Olokesusi, the
All
coach for
right.
this project. Okay. You're welcome, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you, Joyce. Good to be here. All right.
It's good to
morning,
have you
everybody.
here this morning. Thank you for honoring our invitation, sir.
You're welcome. The pleasure is mine. All right. Um, I guess we have a lot to learn, so we'll just shoot straight and go into the business of the day. It's good to talk to ladies. I'll give you a little background about myself. And, one thing that I know that has reoccurred all the time. The day I was born, I was the only man. I was the only male child that was born amongst 7 other women. There were 8 babies, and Mr. Funsho was the only man. Got to the time when they were tagging the babies, and they said they didn't have to tag me because I was the only male. I will always stand out. In my family, I'm the only male child. I grew up around a lot of women. So my school, when I was in school, nursery school, I think we had about 30 girls in the class or so. I remember when the teachers would always say they need more male students to come. I've always been around women. And one thing we always recall, that women are special, and women are very, very, very unique. The world actually was created, and the world began to multiply and grow and become lively when the woman came in. Today we'll be talking about purpose, and that's one topic that cannot be overemphasized. A lot of times people talk about purpose, and you cannot exhaust purpose. I'm not going to be talking like I'm giving you a talk. I'm going to be teaching because I want to be able to take time on the things that we want to achieve. So I'll have an objective for the class, and I hope you're writing. At the end of the class, each student should be able to define purpose. Be able to say what purpose is. Be able to know if you're living in purpose or if you're not living in purpose. Number two, you should also be able to discover the reason why you're here. So as I'm teaching about purpose, you should be able to streamline it to yourself. You should be able to, that's how I want you to engage. Put yourself there. Don't listen to the class like you're listening to go teach somebody. Apply it to yourself as I'm teaching. Begin to, oh wow, because you begin to have answers as I'm teaching. And just jot down your questions. Don't interrupt the class. When I'm through with the class, I'll ask you for questions. Also, at the end of the class, you'll know the price you have to pay for purpose, and you know why you have to pay that price. It's very important you pay the price for discovering purpose. It's a deliberate thing, you have to pay the price. Then lastly, in this class, we're going to find out the challenges connected to discovering your purpose as a woman. The challenges we face as women. For the purpose of this class, I refer to myself as a woman. And that's just because I want to identify, which I hope you understand that. Okay, so first, what is purpose? Before I say what is purpose, I want to say who a woman is. I have to give this background knowledge because this particular class is particularly customized for ladies. A woman is fashioned. A woman is built. We'll understand that from the beginning, God made man in his image and his likeness. And of course, a lot of people say because of that, man is a triune being, also like the God image, because you say man has a spirit, a soul, and a body. And that's why that's how a lot of people discover and describe them. But the woman came because of the problem. So who is a woman? A woman originated from the problem. There was a problem, and a woman was created. So a woman is a natural problem solver. Please write it down. She was built naturally to solve a problem. So when God looked at the man and felt that, what is it that the man is lacking? Everything that the man lacked, God modified in the woman. So the woman is supposed to be the man's helpmate, means to meet his needs. She's supposed to keep him company. She's supposed to expand the man. That's who a woman is. A woman nurtures and incubates. A woman nurtures and incubates. She grows by default. This is who a woman is. So if you're a woman, even before your journey to purpose and discovering your uniqueness and discovering why you're here and all those kind of things I'll teach you, you know that just by being if you're feeling that form and you write female, just by doing that, you know that you're an incubator, you're a problem solver, and you're fashioned. It means that there's an extra time that was taken to make you. And that's why every woman needs to know that dwelling on her inside is greatness. Dwelling on her inside is solution. And God created the woman. And she made the woman, God made the woman from the man and presented the woman. The Bible records that when the man looked at the woman, he said, this is good. I should be called woman. That's where the origin of the woman started from. What is purpose? I define purpose in 3 different dimensions, and I'd like to dwell here for purpose of clarity and understanding. Purpose is more of a consciousness and awareness, more than it is an assignment or an activity. When Joy was making the reviews, I heard her say the previous speaker spoke about consciousness. That's one of the greatest forces on earth, consciousness. When we are deliberate and we are conscious. Almost everything that's limited man is that man is just very careless about some of the things that he possesses. The moment you begin to become conscious, it's like when you do a training for a prince. The prince is a child. He grew up as a child. He was born like every other child. And he goes out to play, you know. Of course, there will be signs and some restrictions that prince will begin to see that, why am I different? Why do they always not allow me to play like other children? The day the child will be called upon and said, see, this is the history of our people. And because you are so person's son, you are going to be the next king, that child begins to live in the consciousness that is already a king. The child is still a prince, and the king, father is still the king, but the child will begin to prepare to take over the throne. And that's how powerful consciousness is. So you need to be conscious that you are here for a reason. You need to be conscious that you're here for a reason. That's where the journey of purpose starts. The title of this event already is giving me chills. Why am I here? Because there are two secrets I found out. And I ask those questions all the time. These questions are why and why not? The reason why every time I go to places, people take me serious. Every time I knock on doors, the doors open, because I always ask why. I'm inquisitive. That's one of the keys to finding purpose. You need to be inquisitive. You need to ask yourself. You need to be conscious to say, I didn't just begin to exist. Before you start going to uniqueness, your makeup and all that, you need to charge yourself with the responsibility of asking, why? Why am I here? When you're conscious that you're here for something, you begin to have answers. And that same why you begin to ask for some other, why am I here? Why am I dark? Why am I born Nigerian? Why are my parents cross-tribe? Why did I go to the school I went to? Why am I in this society I'm in? All of those things will begin to come to play. But the consciousness, that's the first definition of purpose. My first definition of purpose. Let's go back to the first definition of purpose so everybody can write down. Purpose, as defined by Coachie, is a consciousness and an awareness more than it is an assignment and an activity. The activities around purpose. There's a consciousness of an assignment. Oh, I'm here for this and I'm going to do it. It's there. But the main vein of purpose is your consciousness. Number two, it is a value chain that comes to you, that connects you to the intent of your existence. Purpose is a value chain that connects you to the intent of your existence. Usually traced to your makeup. When you begin to look at the things that make you up, that make up your value system, when you look at, they come in a chain and they are connected. Most of the times in your journey to discovery purpose, it looks like it's scattered. Today you see that sometimes, especially when kids begin to approach 18, around 13 to 17, it looks like they're confused. We understand the first one that happens when you're a child, when you begin to say you want to be a pilot because you have an uncle that's a pilot. You want to be a soldier because your dad is a soldier. You want to be a teacher because your mom is a teacher. That's basically about influence. Children are very great emulators. So children want to emulate who they see. So they say, I want to be this because that is this. The next level is your value chain. This value chain comes, what's that word I'm trying to look for? It's intrinsic. You don't plan it. It comes from your intuition. You just look at it, it's like something in me is touching philanthropy. Something in me is touching public speaking. Something in me is, I want to address these issues. These issues move me. These things move me. So all of those values, scattered like that. When you begin to find the connection between all of these scattered values, I call it a value chain. And that can determine your purpose. When I was younger, I used to have different values scattered all around the place. I used to like to talk. I used to like to preach. I used to like to influence. I used to like to dance. All of those things together like that. But one day I found out that the chain, the string, is like you are making beads. There's something called fish line. The fish line that hangs all of those beads is that I love to lead people better than I met them. I love to paint smiles on people's faces. I love to give people hope. That line can be my purpose. It's like a fish line. It's straightforward. Purpose is not crooked. Purpose is not something that begins to change definition. It should be straightforward. So I'm here to guide you. If you are still at the level of different value chains and you're calling all those ideas your purpose, then this class is for you. I'm here to teach you and guide you how to look for the continuous intent of everything that you put together. Why do you like to dance? Why do you like to talk? At the end of the day, the cognitive value of that thing you like to do, or those things you like to do, can be grouped into one thing. I just love to influence people. I just love to make people better. That's a pointer Your purpose. So definition number 2 is it's a value chain that connects you to the intent of your existence. The very reason for your existence. Not the very reason for the things you do, for the things you do. Because existence is bigger. If you begin to say that your purpose is something that is connected to an ability, when that ability fades away, what then is your purpose? If you say your purpose is dancing, when you are not strong enough to dance, then what would you begin to do? Yes, these activities are pointers that you discover purpose. Some of them are vehicles, some of them are tools, but the intent of your existence. That's our second definition. Number 3, the purpose. Purpose is a body. The first day I said this thing, people were like, Coachie. Yes, that's my definition of purpose. Purpose is a body. It comes to you as an obligation. It may be stimulated by an opposite energy. Have you ever seen that? You hate death. You hate death so much that because of your hatred for death, you can put your hand in the toilet seat just to get it clean. It comes as a burden. The drive is strong. When you see that thing, you feel that no one else can fix it except you. If no matter how many people have been involved in that thing, you feel that if they don't have a taste of your own contribution, that thing cannot be solved. That's one pointer to purpose. It comes very strong as a burden. So whenever you find yourself being burdened about maybe kids, burdened about healthcare, burdened about any sector, and that you personalize that burden so much that you know that they are yet to see yours. They are yet to see your contribution. Yes, you can be stimulated. It may be by an opposite energy, but it could also be by a similar energy. By the time you see people that are doing that same thing, they are also burdened. Also, you too, they are stimulated to be more burdened. Please mark this definition, because later when I'm telling you about how to stimulate purpose and how to achieve purpose, I'll come to a place of mentors and teachers. You understand the place of the burden. And that's why it will be very easy for you to connect to another person's purpose, another person's vision. I'll teach you about how purpose is intertwined, how it's interconnected, and you cannot unlock purpose till you are able to take another person's burden. So remind me of that. So now that we've determined what purpose is, we need to go straight into the pointers for your wiring. That's what I call them, the pointers. What are the markers? What are the things that you can identify? When you see those things, they can be pointers to your purpose. They can be pointers to the reason why you are here, what you are supposed to be doing that will give you fulfillment. Remember I spoke about value chain. Let's not forget, before we go to these pointers, what exactly will purpose do to you? The discovery of your purpose is going to increase your value. The discovery of your purpose and your working in purpose is going to increase your value. If that doesn't happen, you're not working in purpose. Number 2, is going to give you fulfillment. Women particularly need to hear this, because marriage doesn't give you fulfillment. A lot of times I see young ladies being misdirected to think that when they get married, they have found purpose. Ladies will tell you that I'm keeping this in waiting because I don't know who I'll marry. I don't know if my husband will like it. Wasting precious time, the time for discovery. I personally teach that ladies should discover their purpose, discover themselves before they go into marriage. Because marriage is a contract. Marriage is an agreement between two people. And if you are coming to agree with somebody, you must come as an entity. Purpose number 2 makes you a somebody. It makes you thick. It makes you thick. It builds your confidence. When you discover your purpose, you know that you are an entity. When a woman wants to marry and she's feeling like a nobody, and the man is the one giving her identity, he's the one giving her purpose, he's the one giving her joy, he's the one giving her house, he's the one giving her everything. The woman doesn't know how to drive, she doesn't know how to speak, she doesn't even know how to laugh, she doesn't know how to express, she doesn't have a sense of humor. Everything that is that you can identify with the woman begins to be known after she's married. Then the woman is living a dangerous life. That's a dangerous life. That's a dangerous plan. If that is your plan, then you are headed for the rocks. So a woman needs to identify purpose. I'm particularly saying that about women. Fulfillment. That word fulfillment, a lot of people think it can be found in marriage. So that's why there's frustration. And that's why there's a high level of divorce today. People are like, I don't think I married the right man. He doesn't understand me. He doesn't support me. How will he support what he doesn't know? It's in the place of courtship before marriage that a man begins to find out this. And if you follow my teachings, you understand the reason why your courtship cannot be boring even if it's for 10 years. That's the truth. You know. So I said number one is going to give me what? Fulfillment. Right? Value. Value, number two, fulfillment. Purpose is going to give you direction. Purpose is going to give you an assignment. This is where assignment and activity comes. When you discover your purpose, you will always have a to-do list. Number three is going to give you activity. It's going to give you direction. You will know where to go per time. You will know what to do per time. A lot of people are clamoring for jobs, there's joblessness. See, purpose is bigger than a job. Purpose will give you your work. Your job will give you your earning. Work is bigger than job. When God created man, the first thing he gave man was work. So will you say that man lost his job when he was cast out of Eden? It was just his habitat that changed. Did Adam continue working? He continued working. It was a nature thing. So you should imbibe it into you that you must be a person of purpose. Let me shock you. If it will take you 60 years to find purpose, please find purpose. Because when you find purpose, see, it is better to be on the right path than to have speed. Direction is better than speed. Direction is better than speed. So find your purpose so that you can have a sense of direction. A sense of direction. Lastly, there are so many others, but I want to give you this ones too. If you don't discover your purpose and walk on that path, you are going to break the ecosystem. There is an ecosystem of purpose. People are connected. People are interconnected. So your discovery of your purpose can lead to another person's discovery of his purpose. That's the truth. People are interconnected. Most of the times, when you discover your purpose, you notice that there's a part in your purpose that also has people in it. Your purpose has the ability to incubate people. And remember that that's a similar function with a woman. No man on earth can ever be born and discover his purpose without a woman. No matter how great you are, there was a day you were in your mother's womb and you didn't have any purpose there. The only thing you depended on was for her to give birth to you. You stayed there, folded your hand and your leg for 9 months till your mother pushed you out. So women are very important in your life and your destiny. So also, a person of purpose is like a female womb that incubates other people's purposes. So it's very important that you find your purpose so that you can be an incubator for other people to come up and get their own vision and find their own purpose. One more time, I reiterate, your purpose will do what? It will give you value, it will give you fulfillment, it will give you direction. It will give direction. The direction that has assignments. The last thing I said is that it will now make the chain full. There's a life circle. You are going to be a completion in the life circle. If you don't find your purpose, you are going to break that circle, and many people will die because of your lack of discovery. So this should be enough ginger for you to say, "I want to discover that purpose." Good. So we're going to point us to your wiring. Pointers to your wiring. Number one pointer to why you were made, why you're here. You can begin to use that to just trace and give you a sign of the reason why you were created. It's your natural ability. Things you can do with ease. I want to call this, for the purpose of this class, posture. Everything the point I give you, they all begin from P. Right? So all the P's. The first one is your posture. If you notice when we're in school, they taught us PH, they taught us wrong posture, scoliosis, skylosis, and all of those kind of things. And they say, what is the right posture? The right posture is for your shoulders to be upright, without you slouching your back and all that. Human beings are diverse. They have different body postures. And also, I call that natural ability. There's some people that will just sit here now, they can keep their legs apart. There are some who can roll their tongue. All those are natural abilities. But when I talk about natural abilities, they're the things you are able to do without anybody teaching you, without a prior knowledge, without a prior training. One of the greatest problems we have today is that when people discover a natural ability, they believe that because they have it naturally, that thing shouldn't be trained. Or they shouldn't build skill around it. So somebody goes, it doesn't sound recordable. It doesn't sound marketable. And the person goes out and I say, yes, you have it naturally because I like your symphony, I like your vibrato. But please go to a coach that will teach you that you don't put vibrato on everything. So they invite the person one day to come and sing the national anthem in a national event, and he goes, arise, the same thing you can do naturally. He's now doing something that requires a skill, the same way you can do naturally. It's your natural ability is a pointer, but that should be what? A stimulator. That should be like the ignition. So that's the first pointer, your natural ability, and I call it your posture. Second thing is your passion. Passion. The things that you are passionate about. Whatever you can never get tired of doing. There's no way I won't be a speaker. Because I like to teach. And I like to lay emphasis. I like to continue laying emphasis till you understand it and get it. So it's not like I'm a talkative or I talk too much. But if I'm talking for the purpose of people understanding and people getting better, oh my God, you don't want Coachie to scold you. I've heard some of my students say that instead of me to scold them, I'd rather maybe use a belt to lash them or something. Because I will talk to you for 3 hours. And when you have finished and you will say, thank you, sir, you want to go and say, and so that's what I'm talking about. All of this talk is just, I want to just summarize it. You need to be better. The person will say, thank you, sir. And I say, what is better? Better is better than best. I start again. Some people are already laughing already. Something you can't get tired of. Your passion. Number one, your posture. Number two, your passion. Number three, your pasture. Your pasture symbolizes what you eat and where you stay. Your natural environment is a pointer to your purpose. Some people will just grow around riverine areas and they'll just learn how to swim because they don't have a choice. For them to go to school, they have to swim. That's the truth. Where are you? Some families just know how to play football. They grew up around that. That's what they feed on. Feeding is not just connotes what you put in your mouth. But also, when I say what you feed on, I'm talking about the things you listen to. The things you listen to. The things you can see. That's why if you change somebody that grew up in a very, very local environment and all that, if you change the person's environment and over time the person begins to observe the environment and begins to adapt to the environment, the person begins to change in his mentality. What you see. So everybody says, I want to go to JAND, I want to travel abroad and all that. But JAND is the state of the heart. If you bring somebody from abroad here now, he's going to really feel irritated about some of the things in our environment because he's not comfortable. He cannot settle. That's why I say where you lay. What have you settled for? You need to deliberately take yourself around settlements that will point to your destiny and your purpose. But I want to come more from the angle of the habitat that you're around can be a pointer to your purpose. Your pasture. The next one. Your philosophy. I want to dwell here. Your philosophy is more about your way of thinking. Philosophy is the way you think. The ideology. Your convictions is a pointer to what you're wired for. Have you seen people that they're in a family where maybe everybody is just relaxed and everybody is just okay with basic average life and all that, and there's this one child that is just different. He may not really have the funds or anything, but he will be telling them that I'll be rich. I'm going to Cambridge. And I'm like, where will you get the resources to go to Cambridge? And the guy like, no, I don't know yet, but I am not going to end up like this. I'm not going to die in this village. That person has a philosophy. He has a conviction that is different from every other person. You are listening to me now as a lady. Some of you are saying things like, honestly, my husband will not buy my first car. I want to be the first lady to do this. I want to be the first lady to do that. This is a profession that people know is characterized by males, by guys. In fact, the competition is tough out there amongst guys. Then you don't want to go as a lady. But you refuse to be limited by that. Your philosophy is different. But sometimes people's philosophy can be affected by their background, like their family history and experience. So sometimes it's not like you just choose to have that kind of low mentality or low thinking. But if you find yourself in the category of what I'm saying, that you are in a place and the place is not affecting your mentality, you are not thinking like everybody in your family, is a pointer that your purpose is totally different. You are unique. Is enough entry point for you to begin to chase your purpose. Good. So philosophy. Let's go back. I like to always go back as a teacher. Number one, what did I say? Your posture. Number two, your passion. Number three, your pasture. Number four, your philosophy. I think there's one more. I got it down. There's one more. Philosophy after philosophy. Okay, I think that's all. So let's go back to all the 4 P's. P4. Your what? Posture, your passion, your pasture, and your philosophy. These things are deep, but I want to jump straight to our next topic, which is the marketplace. There's a way I'll marry all of the things I've taught you, but I've laid all the please write down your questions. At this point, I would have loved to take questions, but if I take questions right now, it's going to make me break the flow. So the next topic is the price you have to pay for fun. And I subtitled it the marketplace. The marketplace. This world, the whole world is a marketplace. I had to do this because women like to go to the market. I don't like to go to the market. Because I just feel that the stress of going to the market is too much. Usually research has shown that women have more tenacity. Women have more tenacity than men. Women can hold on pain. Women can be more patient than men. Men are usually impatient. Women are more patient. You can tell from the nature of the woman. So the marketplace will be more understandable by women than men. So this is the price you have to pay. We have to look at the characteristics of the marketplace. And from the characteristics of the marketplace, we will now know how you should approach purpose and the price you have to pay. Now, the first characteristic of the market is that the market is for buying and selling. That's the original reason why people go to the market. There are other things I'm going to identify, but people go to buy and sell. For you to be able to discover purpose, work in purpose, for you to be able to be relevant to your world, you have to be a buyer. You have to be, first of all, a buyer. This is the place of teachers. You have to identify mentors. After you've looked at these pointers I've given you, you look at what you can do naturally, you look at what you're passionate about and all that. You have to identify mentors, teachers that have something to sell to you. You put yourself in the marketplace and you buy their ideologies, you buy their training. You use your time to buy that. The currency in this market is not cash, it's time. You give them your time. You give them your resources in exchange. Time is as good as money. You give them your service. This I also tag volunteering. Look for people that are masters in all of these things that you discovered that you can do. All of these things that you discovered that you are wired for. All you need to do is to have a knowledge about it. By the time you connect to these people, they are going to teach you. They are going to put you through. So you have to identify your teachers. And when you find these teachers, don't try to approach them in a hurry. Don't try to tell them, I don't know if I can make it, but no. Let it be at your own detriment. Let it be at their own convenient time, and let it inconvenience you. One price you have to pay is that you have to give in time. That's the number one price you have to pay. If your teacher wants to take 60 hours to teach you, be patient with yourself. Learn from these people. Give them your resources. If they have any products, if your mentor, the mentor you've identified, if he's selling books, don't ask him to give you the books for free. Buy the book for yourself. If he's doing a talk, even though you have access to go to his office and listen to him, choose to go to his seminar where the people are paying for that course. Join other people to pay. Don't join all this spiritual father, spiritual mother, daddy, mommy syndrome and just call somebody daddy. Because these people too go through trauma. Sometimes people have messed the most of these fathers or mentors or teachers have gone ahead. These guys paid the price. Some of them went to Cambridge, some of them served people, some of them learned by mistakes, and they've been able to put all these experiences together in a teaching module, and you want to have it for free? Or you want to have it at your own time? No. Technology has even made it very crazy right now. I'm teaching you people. I don't know how many people I'm talking to, but I know that I'm talking to a large and a heterogeneous audience. You are in different places, you are scattered around, and I'm teaching you now. What you are doing is, Miss Vicky gave you this class for free, but it's not free because you are spending your time. We're going to spend 2 hours in this class, and that's money. So you are identifying people, teachers, mentors, platforms, resource people. This is a platform. The She Knows is a platform. This organization is a platform for you to learn. So you need to value it. You need to give it time. That's one price you have to pay. Then you need to serve. You need to serve. So that's how you buy. When you buy, you keep, you repackage, you build, you grow. See, most of the things that are giving you as seedlings. Go and plant them, let them grow, water them. By the time you harvest these things, you also go back to the market to sell. So you must have the ability to delay gratification. In those days, we used to have market days where you see people, they'll sell yam, they'll sell corn. There are some markets that even open just to sell a particular product. I remember heard of yam markets in Kaduna here. There's yam market. You know, there are markets that have just a product. There's this Okrika market. Find your market. Go to your market. You cannot go to yam market and say you want to buy a belt. Establishing the fact that everything around my ideology is buying and selling. Any have the ability to buy it. Because no matter the profit you are making later in life, you also have to buy it. That's why you cannot buy it. You are not qualified to claim that you have value. Why people will tell you that my class is this amount, my product is this amount, my time is this amount, is because they have also paid. Don't be in a hurry to skip. You must pay the price. You must buy. You must transform. You must nurture. Because if all you are building in life is product on it, the best product on it is yourself. Is you. As a woman, you are an asset to the society. You are days when people used to be primitive and say the only time that they feel that they have an heir to their family is having a male child. Women are gender equality. You have people agitating that women, and they are right, because this whatever it is a man can do, a woman can do. I'll still come to some of the challenges and say boldly that women need to start changing their mentality. You need to invest in some courses that maybe, for instance, if I want to pay for a course, any course that is 10K I can pay, but any course that is 100K and above, you must pay the price. We had women in our class then that didn't want to come intelligent boy and said the boy should come and do them tutorials. So the boy reads for them and spoon. Let me give you one punchline. Even for you, you have to buy the spoon. Even the spoon you want to use, you provide for another. Yeah, where's your spoon? Hey, I don't have spoon. Okay, you must go and buy spoon before you can eat. So have it at the back of your mind. I want to. There's a part of the scripture that says, buy the truth and sell it. Price, the price of buying. And I've explained that very, very clearly. The market. The market is very noisy. Another price you have to pay, be focused in the midst of distractions. The analogy is the market. The market is very noisy. This world is a marketplace. And for you to be able to discover purpose, this place is very noisy. Don't be distracted by the wind of doctrine. Everybody everywhere is jumping on train, is asking for instant gratification. Everybody wants to do everything instantly. We are going to, according to people, we want to blow you in a day. So you're looking for views, you're looking for likes, you want to boost your page, you want to. No. You have to be focused. Whatever it is. The Bible speaks about when you close your eye, when your eye is single, your whole body shall be full of light. On earth, that face the problem of distraction is women. The marketplace is full of distractions. When you go to the section that has what you want to buy, you know, I told you earlier, go to the place that has. If you are passing through the market, the people will be calling you. If you pass through the place they sell bowls, you say, "Auntie, you want to buy bowl?" Everybody trying to beckon to you. Women understand that. Just because you are a woman, they admire you, they are attracted to you. But you have to be focused. If you are going to be or blinks at you, you're not going to make it. I want to go to school. Why am I going to school? Have a life plan. Have a life plan. Life plan. Right now I'm in school. By the time I'm through with school, I'll go for a short courses that have to do with skill. I want to learn IT. I want to learn Canva. I want to learn how to play it. I want to learn speaking skills. I'll go to a communication class. The marketplace is full of criminals. The marketplace is full of. The world today is dangerous. On your path to discovering purpose, not to fall into the hands of people, because I spoke to you about mentors before, so I have to clarify. That offers to mentor you, or put you on the path of purpose, or train you. So they're criminals. In the market right there, some people are selling fake products. So you need to be careful. You need to be security conscious. You need to double check. You need to fact check. On your journey to purpose, you don't accept every fact. They are thieves. Why? They will steal your time. Remember what I said, your asset is what? It's your resource, your network. Your network is also your asset. These people, they'll come and steal your time. They'll steal your resources. It's not every time of being certified. People are just busy and they're not productive. It should be productivity. I want to be productive. Very good. Let's rush. Densely populated, so there's always traffic jam. So if you be in maneuvering, you must learn the act of maneuvering. There's rain today. There's nobody to teach me. Self-defense. There's no self-defense coach in Nigeria. Set of excuses. There are ladies that will tell you that they want to go and do their hair. You say, why didn't they go? They say, because Kunle was supposed to come and pick them. You say a car. Maneuver. Learn to maneuver. Stop their maneuvering. This world is full of hustles and bustles everywhere. You have to make sure that you find your way around. You know, about the marketplace is that there's a lot of proximity. The world is a global village. You know, so people can check on you and permission. So if you apply that right now to the price you have to fact check. You have to be ahead. There's no time to say you want the things to be done the way it's done. Right now, without you applying, people are online. Do you understand that? You have to always be ahead. You see people going to market women, most of the time they like to wear trousers so they'll be smart. People are touching. Someone can raise your skirt. Someone can take your slippers. Sometimes people have to wear a firm shoe, not a shoe that will slide out of your leg. But these are characteristics of the marketplace that is applying to the price you have to pay. Other distractions like beggars. Some of you say your purpose is philanthropy, some of you your purpose is to reach out to people. You must be able to identify beggars from the people that really want to go. Some people are just beggars. They just distract you. So I hope you'll be able to understand the prices you have to pay. These are the prices you must pay as a woman. You know, class, which is the challenges women face, and we have to first of all look at it from three angles. First challenge a woman will have is herself. What do you think about yourself? You attract who you are or what you are. Let's deal with that problem. A lot of women feel, and that's because of maybe the way they were raised. Maybe there's a lot of expectation. I see a lot of parents make that mistake. You know, I'm into arts, I'm into creative arts, and sometimes people will bring their. I wish my child would do ballet, but ballet is for slim people. My child is blonde. I don't want to say the word online. They literally say fat. And I'll be like, I'll not be the one to be correcting the mother. No, ballet is for everybody. Dad is raised in an environment where the mom will tell her, you can do whatever it is you want to do. The psyche will change. The child. So what do you think about yourself? Do you have a low self-esteem? Bodies, there's something called body shaming. There's a particular kind of shape you want, and you think you don't have it. There's a particular kind of look you want. and you speak. What do you see about yourself? How, that's the vibe you set out. It's almost like signals. And people can read these things. I mean, communication across or opposite you. They can read it in your eye. So one of the challenges we don't think highly of us comes when we are hinged to someone else. The Bible said the woman is the helpmeet. It means the woman is the confidence of. Be confident because of the woman, not the other way around. The book of Proverbs says that the Bible said he will be the envy of men on the streets. Right? The word confidence sometimes can be broken down to what I call rest. It's a mixture of two words. The man will find rest and he will have assurance. Rest assured is because of a woman. It's not vice versa. Energy, you are the electricity. The body of a woman is the strongest feature of a woman is her tenacity and her ability to multitask. Do you know why are you 1 terabyte and you are behaving like two gigs? The RAM of a woman can be used to cook for salad. You have capacity. And listen, a woman can talk, a woman can nurture, a woman can cook, a woman can. Some of the challenges women face with sexual abuse and all of them. Go and check the suicide rate. Women have the ability to do it. The journey to self-discovery starts with confidence. No matter how another and no matter the range of the other person's Bluetooth, if your Bluetooth is not on, I want a strong man. The reason why you can want all those men if you are first of all it. Man. A woman that is loaded will attract a man to come and now be the one to come and determine who you become, who you are in life. You need to become. I've already mentioned the issue of family. The kind of mindset family has. Literally, some tribes, somebody's wife tomorrow. So I don't think that we need to invest so much. With sending her abroad and she doing 2 masters, what's the use of that? All of these things contribute. We have people even and present that to like a gift. It's not right. Society, women, the views of people in the society about women needs to be part of that. To believe that they should be behind. You know. So what are the common challenges? I'm going to ask questions. Am I breaking? Visible issues we have with women. When you see a woman that is all out, feel that she's doing too much. Have you ever seen that before? They say she's too forward. I don't want to mention names. There are women I know in Nigeria that they were raised well, they have been given good support in their family. They married a, but people feel that who is that woman's husband? The husband is trying, she's too forward. Does she even stay at home at all to cook for her children? Concept of taking care of children and taking care of the husband. If the husband understands her purpose and her passion, and the both of them have an understanding. In fact, one of the ways, I'll write it here, I wrote, man can support a woman's purpose, is if the woman will have to transfer some of the responsibilities that she has taken up before the man. If that's the price that the man will have to pay, the man should do it. Let me give you an example. If the man will have to babysit or feed the children, knowing that she didn't do that because she wanted to despise him or because she's lazy or because she wanted to chase a higher purpose. Procreation is good. Building a family is good. But the higher purpose is discovering why you're here and fulfilling it. The guy husband and they are still there, they are sad. It's something that gives her innate joy. When the man is holding that baby, looking at the woman, he's happy she's doing what she's doing. Serena Williams. People say that the man is doing that because he's white. I said, no, I can do it. I do it. This is my wife. She's my partner. Marrying a woman is entering into a partnership. That's why I told you that it's like a contract between 20. I feel that it's a family support program. That's why I'm talking to families that don't marry off your daughter because you need. Your daughter is not palliative that you give in exchange. That's not why you marry. You were running your company, the company of your life. Then now entered partnership with another company, which is the woman now, who was already running her own company also. You now increase the registration type. From single, you now change to marry. Business name to LTD or PLC. That's what marriage is about. One company and another company. So marriage is a company. That's what it is. Women face harassment. Women face harassment. We're going to sit down, so let's put you in your place. So what does she need at that point? She needs defense. She needs a support system. Number two, women face discrimination. There are some fields, professions that they just feel that women shouldn't do. So it's not so. Women can do anything they want to do. Purpose is not gender sensitive. I forgot to mention that. Okay. Is there a female hand? Is there a female eye? Is there a female nose? If you open a man's in size, a man's brain is 3.5 kg, a woman's brain is 3.2 kg. It's the same color, ash. The same color. There's no female or male brain. So why is there discrimination? Why do you feel that there are some professions that women shouldn't do? And I go to the mechanic, and the mechanic opens the car. What does the mechanic use? Screwdriver. Is there a female screwdriver, or a female hand cannot turn screwdriver? So it's a challenge. Their purpose, they are passionate about the purpose. That means it's their wiring. Remember, I said it's your wiring. Do it. You are passionate about it. You have mentors that can mentor you, but the only reason why they're not doing it is because of discrimination. So challenges is very important. We speak about the challenges because these are limitations to people finding purpose. I have that organization, and they face a lot of discrimination. Their purpose is to dance. But people just stereotype them, call them all sorts of names. About how any gender can do anything as long as they're passionate about it, as long as they are productive, doing what you are happy doing. If when you start producing, you need a manager to be able to keep your produce and sell for you. That's another day's talk. Women are vulnerable. Remember, I spoke in the marketplace. That's how it is too. On the journey to discovering purpose. And on this note, I would like to, to touch something very sensitive. This happens a lot when women are looking for mentors. Women want to discover their purpose. They are passionate about it. They love it. But the only experts in their field. They want to take advantage of the woman, maybe sexually. The case of abuse. We have industries always at the receiving end. They are qualified for these roles, but somebody will tell you have to sleep with them. Sometimes it's not even about sex. Sometimes they objectize women. Someone will just hit you on your backside. Somebody will give you a job, you are qualified for the job, and they're still telling you that you should still come. Some may not be sexual abuse. They may just generally just look down on you. The issue of mentorship is very sensitive. There's nowhere it is written that a woman must be mentored. One of the challenges we face is that the other gender will always sexualize or sometimes sexualize the place of training. I cannot assure you that this won't still happen. If quickly and just trust God that somebody that will not abuse you will train you. I would want to also advise that you seek professional institutes where this you have platforms. Like what Mrs. Victoria is doing is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. She's creating a platform and they look for trusted people. I don't take for granted that I'm chosen to be one of those speakers. I know where the place of important. It's very, very important. So you are vulnerable. And for that, you need security. I'm doing this by the side. I'm telling you the problem the women are facing. For instance, men are supposed to be mentors to their wives, their women. Fathers are supposed to be mentors to their children. The first mentor your daughter will have is you as a man. I said for harassment, she needs defense. For vulnerability, she needs security. Women need more. See, the reason why it's like women need money is because money provides security. There's emotional security. Security is that sure place of safety. If you notice when women start telling you, I feel safe around you, it means that they have security. Faced with the challenge of being stampeded, of being overshadowed. When it comes to couples, the frame of a man is like a lion. He's built strong. He's because of their structure, because of their frame. Even if their capacity is there, there is more possibility that they will be eaten in every field. If it's science and technology, if it's communication. So that's what they face. And I said, supposed to be the solution is that you need to carry her. Women are supposed to be pampered. Their frailty is not weakness. Because they are frail doesn't mean they are weak. So you don't take advantage of them. These are the challenges. In chasing purpose, sometimes you say, the woman is, why have I been working so? Have more visibility. Women have the advantage of everybody pampering and petting them, but in business, men have more visibility. They will go the extra mile. Women also have the challenges of family, raising their own family. It's not supposed to be a problem if the men will follow this man on. You support her, you defend her, you stand for her, you become a spokesperson. But let's come to real terms. Women, no matter how much you try, especially when they start getting to the marriage age, you begin to have the challenge. It's not supposed to be a distraction, but it now becomes a major distraction. You marry, childbirth, administrating the home and all that. Women are great administrators. Some women, if you look at what they do alone in their houses for their families, it's enough to call it a job. Because they know everybody. They know everybody's needs. If a woman starts telling you what to do to babysit that child, you yourself will be confused. Take care of them. Tommy takes a drug by so time. This one doesn't like water. This one has this allergy. Daddy comes by 4. You're like, you have all these schedules in your head, and you're still able to mix this with your work. Some of them still even have church activities, and they still have positions in church. Every woman is a superhero. It's only men that need capes because they are children. Every woman is a superhero. It's been a good time so far. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. All right, I think I'm going to make this time. I don't know if have I spoken for more than 1 hour? Good. So I think I have to stop the lecture here. And I hope you grabbed a lot of things. I don't know if Joy will anchor the question and answer session, but I'm done with my class. For now, I'm done with my class till I answer the question. So this is the time when we're going to ask questions. So the floor is open for questions. I dealt with 4 different parts of the lecture. Let me go through it. I told you what purpose was. I told you how to discover purpose, pointers to discovering purpose. I told you the challenges. Sorry, I told you the price you have to pay for finding purpose. I told you the challenges we're facing. And I think I've dealt that with all that extensively. Now is the time for you to ask me a question as is concerned with this topic. You see that?
Hello, sir. Okay, everybody. I hope we've been active in today's class.
Nice one.
Thank you very much, Mr. Funsho Olokesusi, for this really amazing and enlightening section. Please, if you're still online, kindly drop a comment. If you're still online, if you're still active, kindly drop a comment. I hope we're not alone. Project Sokai ladies, where are you? Kindly drop a comment. Kindly drop a comment. Where are your ladies? Bola down. Was such an interactive and enlightenment for me over here, and I trust it was for we all as well. Mr. First on a very significant areas concerning purpose, relating to the woman, and I hope we all participated in today's class. Please drop your question. All right. We have a question from Talita Jemima Olokesusi. Our question says, when it comes to creating balance, to our everyday affairs, there are times it seems a bit difficult and tasking, and it looks like it's all figured out. However, there are down days. So I believe that her question is trying to ask how I can balance, since Project Sokai is focusing on empowering the woman socially, physically, mentally, spiritually. So how do we achieve a balance amongst all these areas? How do we cope with being a mother, a wife, a mother, a father, a husband, 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 a father, a a career woman, we've been we're keeping fit physically. How do we cope with emotional intelligence? There are days that as females, our emotions take a better side of us, and we lose touch of all that we've learned seemingly in quotes. So how do we strike a balance during our down days? I believe that's what the question is trying to ask. So I hope you got me.
Okay. Um, we're going to answer this question, and what we'll do is, I'm sure the post will still be there. So I would look out for your questions. When you just listen, because I know most of us will have to watch again, and you drop your questions, I would type the answers that's under your comments to answer your questions. Well, I'm very good. I'm very happy that this question is coming. The question is, how do you create a balance, knowing that you have to work, knowing that you run a family and all of that. And like I said earlier, if you understand the makeup of a woman, somebody said that a man is a bicycle and a woman is an aeroplane. There are buttons here and there, extra sensitive and all that. But one thing I would just say is the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. However, our problem is trying to do everything instead of learning how to do one thing well. The first thing you need to learn as a woman, the first thing you need to learn, and it's probably like the only thing, you need to learn your true capacity. That's the problem. That's the problem. A lot of women don't know that they have capacity to give. Listen, I didn't say 20%, 30%, 40%. Because saying that you should create balance is like teaching you how to split yourself into different slices. You are not sliced bread. A woman has the capacity to give 100% to all the areas. How? That's why you're a woman. You have the ability to multitask. Okay. Sorry, I'm using all these analogies. And if you take milk, fully evaporated milk, it's creamy. The taste of that milk is the same. The quality of that milk is the same. But when you pour that milk in pap, it will serve the purpose of the pap. The pap will become sweeter. It will accentuate, amplify. The woman is the same in quality. What she needs to learn is to give 100% to everything she's doing. That is the balance point. However,
How
women,
do we strike a balance as ladies
okay, this is an old,
between
okay,
our career?
interrupted by some technical issues. However, most of the
How
times
do we strike
women
a
feel that
balance?
I have to just I have a schedule, so a part of me has to do this. No, that's exactly the answer to your question. Give your all to all of the areas. That's why I said earlier that you need to build yourself. You need to build and train yourself. You need to invest. A woman has the ability. So if you go
So
to
far
work,
the class
you give
has
100%.
been really
You're at
enlightening.
home, give 100%. If you are coming from the angle of exhaustion, like because of the energy you burn at work, how do you now come back home and still? It is a very, very big blunder for a woman to try to do everything. Yes. What a woman should do is that the woman is the administrator of the home. There's something called delegation. In all the areas where you are functioning, in your house, you are the wife and you are the mother. The critical function of the wife and the mother is to initiate, is to administrate. But you can't be dishing out food and still be doing the dishes. One of the areas where you need people to assist you, your house help can wash your plates. Somebody can wash the children's clothes. But your husband, for instance, doesn't need to be catered for by the house help. You put in more energy into catering for your husband because that's the only place that, see, it's not everything it's not every function that someone else can do. So itemize the functions that you must be the one to do. In your office, you are the admin, for instance, right? You are a wife, you are a mother. In church, you are the choir mistress. Okay. When you look at your functions in the church, your job description in the church is choir mistress. What are all the functions? 6 functions. You prepare the choir for administration, right? You make sure that all the members are catered for, coordinated. You make sure you drop a plan. Do you have a secretary? Know the roles that you should do by yourself and the ones you should supervise. The choir secretary should drop the plan. After they give you the report, the choir master, the person in charge of the rehearsal should do the rehearsal. Delegate responsibilities, delegate duties. If they don't know how to do it, you show them how to do it. After they leave it over, you supervise them. Then you take the report and give to the pastor. And that's the same thing you apply at home. Supervise all the girls that work, all the boys that work, all the that work. But cook your husband's food. Even if you're going to be there cooking for them, you can't do it at the same time. So delegation is one major thing a woman must learn how to do, to delegate responsibilities. But if you are trying to say balance, that word balance, no. Supervision is this, we take from you the same energy, intellectual energy, emotional energy, financial energy that you take also if you're the one doing it. But where exhaustion comes in is more of the hard work, like the labor. Do you understand? You can't go to your husband's office to go and visit him because you want to show that you're a good boy. But if you check in on your husband by calling and send a text later, if your husband says he wants to eat semo, for instance, you just found out by sending a text and he sends it back to your text. You can call the house help to save the semo, to get the water ready and all that. You come and mix it. Something like that. So delegation of authority is king. Is king. Because you can't be doing everything at the same time. Because you want to create a balance. Number 2, prioritize. Learn how to set priorities. When you want to use the word prioritize, priority, it connotes that everything is important. Everything is important. And you're not hiding it.
That's true.
But you have to make some above the others. Let me give an example.
Yeah.
You are a woman that work. You have church, you have all of these things. You can't give birth to children and now say because you are very committed at your work, you will now leave that child at the tender age of breastfeeding. At that particular time, you have to prioritize the nurturing of your child. So you take a leave or you change your job. If a woman is doing a job and is a job feeding the family, it's a very dangerous place to be. Because she doesn't want to lose the job, the family will suffer. But if the woman has different businesses, supporting businesses and all that, she can quit the job for that time or take a leave. There's something we call maternity leave, so that she can focus on the child. When you focus on too many things at the same time, your energy will be exhausted. So you need to learn how to prioritize, delegate, prioritize. But if you use that word balance, for me, as a psychologist, as someone that understands, it's tricky. It's trying to say you should share your attention. No. Whatever it is you are focusing on, focus on it 100%. You have the capacity to deliver excellence everywhere. And that's the joy of being a woman. You know. So I want to hold on to those two because I can't keep going. Those two, learn how to set priorities, delegate those two, but you have the ability to multitask. I want you to know that. And the multitasking is doing different tasks with different capacities, even from the place where you are. You know, that's why when I go home as a man, I don't understand why my wife can just shout the child's name and the child will behave herself right from the room. She's sensitive. She knows the sound. She knows when their play has turned to cry. She knows when food is burning. She can perceive it as she will call the house up and say, "What's that thing burning there?" And she's still in the sitting room. You know, that's the ability God has given a woman. So she knows how to run all of those things. That's to multitask. You don't have to leave your office. You can still be at your office and run your home. You can check up on your children. You can tell your child's teacher in school what to do. You know. Okay, sorry, I forgot to add this also. The truth is, when you're talking about balance as a woman that is married, you need the help of your husband. You remember when I was talking about challenges? I was talking about career, women and career challenges. I spoke about the woman needing help from her family. A woman needs help from her family. So that's very obvious. You that's why it's even important when you want to marry also that your purpose should be well defined so that when it's time for you to begin to need this help, somebody will not be like, why will I marry a woman that is telling me to carry a child? Your husband needs to be your partner. A woman is a trainer. You can train your children to multitask. That's why sometimes some women used to like to give birth to a girl as their first child. And people say that the girl is the mother of the other children. Basically, that's just my answer to your question, Mrs. Talita, who also happens to be my wife. And thank you for joining in. All right, so that's the answer to that question. More questions will be answered as time goes on. Over to you, Joy.
Yes. True. Mm. Yes. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm.
I'm a queen, I'm a star. Black African diva, bizarre. Us women, we're shining like stars. Start from the bottom and rise to the top. You're wonderful, loving, and strong. Nothing is stronger than a woman's worth. I'm the piece of the puzzle that's missing, baby. I compete in the earth. Call me Shiva, but just come and marry my Keva. See, we run the world. Show some love to a strong girl.
And prioritize.